the final speaker of today, Miss Kyong Kim, a high school senior at the Korea Science Academy of KAIST, who is pursuing her dream in science at her own pace. Please welcome her.
Hello, everyone. I am Kyong Kim, and it's a great honor to be here. I'm a little bit nervous because it's my first time doing a speech like this, but I'll try my best. Before we start, I would love to tell all of you a little bit about myself. I'm a person that loves hands-on activities, such as sailing, ice skating, making art, and sometimes even going for a swim on the beach. And because as I grew up, I didn't have time to do all of these action-filled activities, I think that translated into me trying to pursue engineering to fill up my creative mind. These are the two favorite projects of all time of mine. And the first one is my APEC AMGS research with Team Euroscape, led by Dr. Young Mi-ji. I conducted an experiment where I had to find out the correlation between heat and humidity and brain cognition. This is especially important because as climate change impacts more and more workers in the APEC society, we should make policies to support these workers. The second project I had was a triaxial tourbillon. So this tourbillon is a gravity-defying clock, and this was especially fun because I didn't know anything about CAD, but after this, I felt like I became a master. So the reason why I think I was able to pursue a lot of these projects was because I go to a school called Korea Science Academy of KAIST, or KSA. KSA is known for many things in Korea, but most promptly it's known as an elite science school. And I don't remember the school disclosing an exact acceptance rate, but there's many hearsay acceptance rates that say about 1 out of 12 applicants get accepted. And once you come, you get loaded with a mountain full of work. This was my schedule for about 2 semesters, and it's packed with 28 credits. This does not include clubs, R&E, research groups, etc. And you have to fill out all your coursework in your own free time. And also, there's one thing that is not talked about a lot. It's the fierce competition culture we have. A lot of the students sometimes forget that the process is important as their results. And living in this environment, we have a lot of side effects. Most commonly, energy drink hangovers. A lot of my peers take energy drinks. I'm assuming some of you also take those energy drinks that help them stay awake. And because of this caffeine overdose and the rigor of the schedule, we have a lot of burnouts. And optionally, some experience balding. So yes, this is me. But the thing is, out of all of this hardships, out of all the problems we have, my hardest problem is not even close to any of these three. I would like to call it the power of the label. So a label is something people use to tag you and categorize you. It can be very useful for somebody to judge you about something, but it can be self-destructing. It can alter your perception about yourself because a lot of people say, oh, you are this or you are that, when in reality, you might not think about that about yourself. Also, because we are in such a rigorous environment and academically chasing after titles, some people only remember to go to be the founder, the best, or the leader when they don't really want to go through the process. And I think also it's because it's a very secure title. It doesn't show who you are, but more so, it just shows a title. And all of this can end up making yourself hold yourself back because you might not pursue something that you like because it's not preferable to the general public, or because you just think people won't like you for it. And one thing I've noticed, especially with the power of the label, is that people might believe something different of you, and it can help. It can change what you think. So the thing is, if you are in an elite environment with many people from various backgrounds and there are many different opinions, there tend to be arguments, and people tend to have different opinions from one another, which result in fights. We can always figure it out by talking it out, but sometimes in situations, you tend to be silenced. And a lot of the people that have these problems are in the minority: women, children, people that are less fortunate. And I've observed that when you are silenced, it's basically because you don't have the foundation to spread your wings and actually achieve what you want to do. So in this situation, what I did was to ask out for help. Many people have different situations, and there's a variety of situations where you will be faced. But if you have people that are willing to support you and back you up, it is always a good idea to ask for help, because it's the first step that you can have to move on. So because I know that it's hard to be a minority and it's hard to move on from hardships, I founded the International Student Counseling Program as an interpretation buddies leader. I wanted to do this because there's a lot of international students at our particular school, and their voices aren't always heard. I came together with our school's counselors and experts to curate programs that help international students know each other better. But furthermore, I wanted to bridge the connection between Koreans, domestic students, and international students through programs such as making perfumes, vision boards, or sometimes even our own desserts. I've seen how this community can change over time with good programs and the right guide. So I'm really proud of the work I've done. With my passion for communication and my interest in neuroscience, someday I want to create a communication device. The one I have in mind is a modified EEG that extracts brain waves and uses AI rendering systems to prevent mental health-related accidents. It will have an intuitive display so that many people can empathize with what the person is thinking. Recently, I've made a huge milestone of this career path. I've won second place in a conference called the APEC AMGS conference, and this is me crying because of it. It was really touching because I learned that neuroscience and how it can impact policymaking is really important, and a lot of people agree on this fact. But I will always remember to go back to skating, to go back to reading books and walking, not only because I'm studying neuroscience, but I know how mental health is really important, especially for those who dream big. So I want to say, by ending my speech, that I've met so many amazing people and had such a blissful experience throughout my short career, which I will pursue, and that you can do this too. Thank you.
Thank you, Kyung-un.